Michael's grit, distortion, power, and intensity in this song are the best in his catalog, as far as I'm concerned. I love this vocal performance, and I love the rest of what's going on in the band as well. I'm excited to have multitracks for us to dive into. I've had a chance to listen to the isolated vocals before, but never the full session. Hope you enjoy this. I definitely did not expect this many layers with the drums. Really surprising for how simple, yet awesome, the original recording sounds. Kick. We've got these slaps. But as we build what's going on here, there's the hi-hat. We've got rim shots. It's distinct from the snare, but then we've also got these claps that are happening at the same time as the snare. Really lends itself to some interesting things going on. Listen. Yeah. Tom's coming up. Okay, but if we take and we just listen to, say, the chorus snare here, we've got that wonderful sound coupled with this, which you don't hear as two distinct things until you've heard them as two distinct things. So the air and the breath out of those JR claps versus the chorus snare, it completes the sound for sure. So cool. And then the way everything layers on top of it. We've seen this on other Michael Jackson songs, but the power of multiple samples with different flavors. You don't immediately notice, but then you really appreciate it when you do notice. So does she. And let's listen to the contrast in the two different types of bass used. Very drony synth bass. Those little pops, you wonder if it was looped. Probably not. But that's an interesting, it sounds like an edit. Well, maybe not. Sounds like an attack from the synth. And then with the kick. And there's enough complexity and pocket in the bass to complement the kick and make you feel like there are more kicks than there really are. It's a similar thing that happens with the snare sound, but in this case, it's an arranging thing. Yeah. Movement in there from the hi-hat. Super cool. Let's dissect the synth layers. Rhodes. Key synths. So many rhythmic aspects that, like, I would almost consider the Rhodes track there to be more of a percussion instrument. Never picked up on that rhythm. I guess I heard it, but hadn't internalized like how different it is, how it pulls the time in such ways. There's this cool Fairlight voices. Huh. A very stringy sound here with the Fairlights. Let's listen to those with the strings. Let's go here. Yeah. Let's listen to these with just the kick in. I just love hearing all these individual. Now, let's do this for just a second. Oh, yeah. Some guitars, shall we? Of course, I hear some reverb as an effect on that guitar, but what I think I hear also is the room that guitar was recorded in, which you don't get as much of these days. It's a big sound and fills a lot of space in the mix. He's really digging in, too. Shout out to Steve Stevens for the amazing guitar work on this track. Top Gun, man. Cool rhythmic delay. Echoes the same as the slaps with a different texture. Strategic arranging here. Or maybe it was an accident and then they went, oh, cool. Yeah. I want to listen to the guitar solo twice through in two different ways. First, completely by itself. I always loved how arpeggio-based Steve Stevens solos are. Even here, like this. That ending of that line there. And this. Such like vintage Stevens. Now I want to put that main rhythm guitar hook behind the solo. You'll notice something interesting here. Now listen with the bass. With the bass in there, it divides things a little bit more. But when I was first going through these tracks and listening to the way that the frequencies kind of overlapped from that main rhythm to the guitar solo, there's only one thing helping that guitar solo stand out. It's the phrasing. A lot of times you'll hear the rhythm go way deeper while the solo goes way higher so that it cuts and stands out. It just shows you how the arranging, the note choices really feed into the power and placement of this solo, because especially at the beginning of that solo, things are they're almost competing with each other. And then, because of the way it's played and arranged, they each find their own space. And then the wonderful ending guitar. Sound effect. Huh. Interesting sonic shift there. Mayhem, mayhem! Most of what I do on this channel is dedicated to helping people throw off their inhibitions, their fears, and self-judgment, and truly finding out what their voice can really do. If you're a singer or an inspiring singer, and you'd like to learn how to pull from your inspirations, you can be a complete beginner, you can be a seasoned singer, and I will help you do things with your voice you never thought possible. Click the link below in the video description or the pinned comment and join my free course. Now let's dive into these timeless vocals.
Oh no, oh no, no. You'll never make me stay, so take your weight off of me. I know your every move, so won't you just let me be? I've been here times before, but I was too blind to see that you seduce every man. This time you won't seduce me. Just saying that's okay. Hey baby, do what you please. I have the stuff that you want. I am the thing that you need. She looked me deep in the eyes. She touching me so to start. She says there's no turning back. She's coming in the dirty Diana.
Now, before we go any further with the vocals, I've done a deep vocal analysis of this, and I've left the link in the description. So I'm not going to go as piece by piece here. This is more about enjoying the performance as a whole. But if you want the nitty-gritties on vocal technique, as I see it on this song, check out that link in the video description. One thing I do want to point out here is how he bounces back and forth between this weep and this abandonment. Listen here.
I know your every move, so won't you just let me be?
The character behind it is move, just let me be. And you hear that conflict coming out in the performance. It's so much more than just notes. It's conflict.
I know your every move, so won't you just let me be? I've been here times before, but I was too blind to see that you seduce every man. This time you won't seduce me. Just saying that's okay. Hey baby, do what you please.
And then here we just go to another level. But that accusation and recoil. I'm sorry. Okay. That is huge in this performance.
Just saying that's okay. Hey baby, do what you please. I have the stuff that you want. I am the thing that you need. She looked me deep in the eyes. She touching me so to start. She says there's no turning back. She's drumming dirty Diana. No, dirty Diana.
Now listen here in this build-up. You know, when I listen to this in full album form, I don't hear the variance in Michael's distortion and placement like I do when I hear it here. This is not just one level of intensity during this build. There are clean notes, there are extra gritty notes, there are more back notes, there are more forward notes. It's all very subtle, but this is one of the reasons we love Michael Jackson as a vocalist. Multi-dimensional, multi-timbres going on, even in a build or a line.
I am the thing that you need. She looked me deep in the eyes.
In the eyes is primarily clean, but we have deep, which is really, really gritty.
I am the thing that you need. She looked me deep in the eyes. She touching me so to start. She says there's no turning back. She's drumming in the
And even right there, listen to how clean some of these notes are.
No turning back. She's drumming in the
Me. This is pretty clean. And then we have these moments where he's just opening up and gritting it out, pushing his voice to its limits, not in an unhealthy way. He's imposing an artificial limit on his voice to get that grit.
She says there's no turning back. She's drumming in the dirty Diana.
Yeah.
No, dirty Diana. No, dirty Diana. No.
And we hear that wonderful accusation recoil thing going on here too.
Dirty Diana. No, dirty Diana. No, dirty Diana. Let me be.
Love the quality of his voice here. Just one of the greatest Michael Jackson moments, I think.
Let me be. Let me be.
There's a sigh in there. Desperate sigh.
Dirty Diana. Let me be.
And that's partially where some of that grit's coming from, is because it's a sigh-based grit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. No. Oh no. She likes the boys in the band. She knows when they come to town. Every musician's fan after the curtain comes down. She waits at backstage.
Not near as much moaning or contrast in this one. He's like established his rhythm, and now he's kind of got this vendetta, and he's also in storytelling mode here, which I really appreciate. He's evolving as a character and as a presenter in this vocal performance.
Every musician's fan after the curtain comes down. She waits at backstage doors for those who have prestige, who promise fortune and fame, a life that's so carefree. She's saying that's okay. Hey baby, do what you want. I'll be your not loving thing. I'll be the freak you can tone. I don't care what you say. I wanna go too far.
Say that again.
I don't care what you say. I wanna go too far. I'll be your everything if you make me your star. Dirty Diana.
Again, this is just class A grit and distortion, but it's also a clinic. Listen here, what happens in this line.
If you make me your star.
Listen to ah versus star.
If you make me your star. Dirty Diana.
This is not one level of intensity. This is not one level of distortion. This variance is both giving him stamina and allowing him to choose money notes where he really digs in. If we isolate ourselves in one way to approach our voice when we're trying to get a particular tone, we completely lose the dynamics of it, and our voice will burn out, and it won't be very interesting. It'll sound forced. He doesn't sound forced, even though he sounds intense, and that's the difference. Variance. Some clean, some dirty. Yeah, clean it up so that you can be really dirty, and then clean it up so you can be really... That is what makes these performances.
If you make me your star, dirty Diana. No.
Right there again.
Dirty Diana. No. Dirty Diana. No. Dirty Diana. Dirty Diana. No. Dirty Diana.
I love those percussive upbeat sort of things going on with his voice there. It's an upbeat. Okay. Yes. Love this line. Do you hear how it's not as gritty at the very end? He cleans it up, but it's like there's more soul at the end, even though it's not as gritty. Not only is his range so impressive, but getting it simultaneously clean and raspy up there, that's a special sound. I love stuff like this that you just don't pay attention to or don't hear. Even though it's in the original recording, it's not something that is prominent.
Oh, stop it. She said I have to go home cause I'm retired, you see. And I hate sleeping alone, why don't you come with me? I said my baby's at home, she's probably worried tonight. I didn't call on the phone to say that I'm alright. Diana walked up to me, she said I'm all yours tonight. And then I ran to the phone, saying baby I'm alright. I said but unlock the door, cause I forgot the key. She said he's not coming back because he's sleeping with me.
I always thought this was kind of cool, the word forgot, how it's emphasized weirdly.
Cause I forgot the key. Cause I forgot the key.
It's not because I forgot the key, it's forgot the key.
Cause I forgot the key. She said he's not coming back because he's sleeping with me.
Okay, here we go. That high-end amazing rasp. And the amazing percussion that he still has in there. Gosh. There's like this resonance happening. We have the da-da-da-da-da note, except for higher. And then da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But you hear this ring happening that sounds like a room noise. No, there is room noise or some sort of resonance and feedback. Listen at the very end there. It's like a ring happening. All right, let's put these in there. So, so yeah, it's there. So this is a stem, right? This is not a true multitrack in the case of this file. And we have multiple Michaels going on. So there is that little harmony going on in there, even though this isn't technically a sung note. You hear them happening at the same time, and it does create this harmony effect. And that's part of what I was hearing back here. You hear the howls, you hear the ringing or feedback or whatever that is, and you hear the main come on vocal. It's quite the texture. Of course, the delay reverb thing that they've got on there too. Just such a unique tone. Man. Thank you so much for enjoying this with me, and thank you for requesting it. I'm glad I was able to finally get these files so we could enjoy it together. Again, if you would like help drawing from your inspirations and figuring out what your voice can really do, even just dabbling in becoming a singer, expressing yourself with your voice, click the link below and learn with me through non-judgment what's possible with your singing. You can find that link in the pinned comment or the video description. Be sure to check out the many, many other Michael Jackson videos I've done on this channel. You can find that playlist right here. We'll see you for more.